One thing we're not missing is, and it's funny because we're doing March Madness now,
That's right.
and Duke is a number 1 seed and all that.
My Dukies.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you know this better than anybody because you watch them play. You love the Dukes.
Yep.
The Duke basketball team. Zion Williamson has been shut down for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
There's only 7 games or whatever it is left. There's not a lot.
Right.
And people are starting to say
Murmur.
what people don't like to say about people. And they say, should we? Is it fair? Can we call him a bust, considering he's also had a lot of injuries?
Yeah.
Right? So it's not like he's played. Because when he's healthy, he's played.
Still a stud.
He's a stud. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. But it's been years now. He's not healthy. Kerry, I'm going to think hard and long over this, and I'm going to tell you right here, now. Zion's a bust.
Oh, no.
And
Ron.
I don't think he's ever going to live up to the potential that we thought or we had for him.
That could be fair.
He was supposed to be that guy jumping out the building. You remember that?
Yeah.
And he got the deal with Jordan and all the other stuff. But we've only had bits and pieces of that.
Yeah.
Most have been off the court nonsense, weight issues during the season, like just not enough for somebody that young. And here's the thing. You don't get better as you get older. And what I'm saying is you're at your peak age and you're at that situation. I'm not saying you can't improve some.
Okay.
But I'm not saying that because he's a young guy. I know that. I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's ever going to be that guy we thought he was going to be when he came out of Duke. And I'm talking about the league is about Zion. No, the league is not about Zion. Zion is an afterthought. Nobody thinks about Zion Williamson unless you're a Pelicans fan and you bought tickets and you're like, is this dude playing tonight? Like, that's the only thing you would be worried about or talk about when you're talking about Zion Williamson. I think it's official. He's a bust.
Oof. I will not say bust. I never throw that word out there too early. And for Zion, the numbers speak for themselves. When he plays, he's really dang good, right? I know that's very few and far between.
You said that. Let me just give you this since you just said that.
Yeah.
When he plays.
Yeah, for sure. When he plays. But
how many missed games?
A lot.
258. How many played games? 214. He's missed 258 and only played in 214. That's a bust.
All right, so you would say, so you're in the same, I guess you're in the same avenue as saying Greg Oden was a bust, right?
No, he was a different kind of bust. He was a bust.
But you call him a bust?
Yeah.
Why? And so why would he be a bust? Because I'm going to bring it back, but go ahead.
Greg Oden?
Yeah.
Well, he couldn't stay healthy.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And he never amounted to have a career. Like he was supposed to be one of those guys. I know Kwame Brown was a number one pick.
Don't throw Kwame. No, that's a bust. I'll go bust with that.
Okay, but you already know he's gonna like. Yeah,
no, I'd say bust with Kwame. But Greg Oden, the same thing with Zion. When he played, if you look at his numbers, he was really good. And so to say that someone's a bust in those situations when like just the God-given thing of being healthy is taken away from them, I can't label him as a bust. Zion, when he's on the floor, it's still super exciting, still the guy that people will pay to go see, and still puts up numbers, even watching him now.
But I agree with that.
Yeah.
And that's fair.
Yeah.
But he ain't the guy who's the first overall pick who you thought was going to be a star of the league.
Well, when you take number one guys and overall picks and you project them to be the star of the league, that's always just a projection.
No, I get it.
Okay.
But coming out of college, you can't tell me you weren't excited about Zion.
For sure.
Okay, and what he can do, and we see glimpses.
I mean, there were times when they were putting him and Luka Doncic in the same sentence.
Right.
Yes.
And now we can't even do that. Like he's literally an afterthought.
Yeah.
I can't remember one time talking about, not once, Zion and the game he had and what impact he had with, like, not once.
Yeah.
Just like Steph Curry's big game-winning shot, right?
I'm still waiting on Steph's big game-winning shot with less than 20 seconds to go.
He did it in the Olympics.
Okay, no. only one of those was a clutch shot. That's according to NBA, the way that they deem a clutch shot.
Right. No, but
you get my point.
Yes.
Like where is that? Like it's not just when he plays.
Yeah.
It's being unavailable and being unavailable time and time again as a young guy. You might get to that point where you're never going to be like fully available because this is your pattern.
Yeah.
This has happened. He should be healthy by now. He should be in shape, and all the other things that come with it. He's a young guy. If you're not there, then ask the Dallas Mavericks why they got rid of Luka.
I got something for you. Is Bo Jackson a bust?
No.
Why?
Because Bo Jackson was the only player to be an all-star and an all-pro in the NFL and Major League Baseball. He was not a bust.
That's fine. I'm talking about
No. That you say that's fine.
Yeah, but Zion's he's been an all-star in that league. He's an all-star. So to say he's a bust is just a little bit over the top. Is what I'm trying to get at. And the career and injuries of Bo Jackson took him out early. If he played for a long time, it's a difference.
Bo Jackson wasn't in that situation when he started and where he was as far as starting his career, where Zion is. I think it gets worse as you get older and continue to battle with the battle of the bulge and all the other issues that he's had. I don't think it gets. I would be stunned if you told me 3 years from now he's the star of the league, and I just don't see that projection. I can't see it. Because too much time has gone by.
Yeah.
258 games is
that's a lot.
Astronomical number of games.
For sure.
He's missed more games than he's played in his career. That for a young guy.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing about Zion even coming out, Rob, he's not normal, right? The torque that he puts on his body.
I agree.
So it's one of those things where it's just a health issue, because if he was healthy, I mean, it's just hard for me to label anybody a bust that isn't available because of health. It's tough for me.
Okay.
Yeah, as a player, like,
because I'm looking at it as just the idea of he's not what he was advertised to be,
and that's true.
And that's what the bus comes in. We thought we were getting filet mignon, and now we're getting chuck. That's on sale.
We eating chuck?
Yeah, we eating chuck steak.
I don't want chuck.
It's a little tougher.
Yeah, I don't want chuck. No.
You don't want chuck, but you get it. He's not filet mignon. We thought we were getting filet, and that's where it comes in.
Can he be a filet that was cooked a little bit longer? You know what I mean? Like
tougher, a little.
Yeah, just a little longer. Like it wasn't the best bite of filet that you wanted, but it's still filet. Like when you watch him play.
What are your expectations for him going forward? Seriously,
you don't
have any.
No, I don't. It's
okay,
hard. I agree with that part of it, but
that's the
to
issue.
label him as a bust is just harsh.
Okay, I understand that, but you can't even. Not even you follow Zion, you like Zion, but not even you can say, "Oh yeah, he's going to be a NBA first team all."
No, you can't say that. You can't.
NBA first team.
Yeah, you can't say that. Not right now. He's just not available.
You can't. Right.
Yeah.
And to think that if you told us going back to when he was drafted, that he wouldn't be one of the I mean, and he wound up being never talked about. Like not even a stretch where we're like, oh my God, like I'm not saying he didn't play well.
Sure, yeah.
But you know what I mean, where he was dominating and he made a difference. And for some reason, and I get it, you got to sign players that gave him the big contract and all that. And you got nothing to show for it.
Nothing. Yeah, I mean, it's a sad story.
They're not must-see. The Pelicans, or people don't care about the Pelicans.
I mean, the Pelicans roster in general. I mean, the whole roster's hurt. I mean, DeJounte Murray's hurt. I mean, Herb Jones out. Like, the whole team, McCollum's out. Like, they're all done. But with Zion, it's tough for me to say he's a bust because if you look at his numbers, I'm sure he still averages over 20-some points when he plays, So it's hard. It's hard to say.
I just think that numbers are, when you've missed that many games and not had an impact, what impact has he had? That's the scary part.
Sure.
He's way too talented. When you get a player like that, that's supposed to change your franchise.
Yes, for sure.
And I don't think they're any better off now because you can't count on him.
Yeah.
And that's where I get into the bust thing, is that you can't count on him. The same way that Dallas decided, we see Luka. we don't like the habits.
Yeah.
We don't like the weight issue.
Right.
It's going to only get worse. And Luka's 25. And and they cashed out on him.
They're both.
Think about that.
Zion's, 24, 25?
Yeah, man. Justin, look him up. Is
Zion's 24, 25, right? Same. They're around the same age.
Or is he younger? Yeah, so that's my issue. And you look at Luka with his issues, and I get it. He's been banged up, but not like Zion.
Yeah.
So he's 24, and Luka's 25. And Luka's a 5-time All-NBA first team.
100%.
5-time. And I'm not poo-pooing the injuries. I get that.
Yeah.
All right, we want to hear from you. 8, that's right. And Luka's been to the finals.
Yes.
Like Zion's done. I don't know. The Pelicans, you couldn't tell me like a good stretch where I thought, my God, they got lucky. They got Zion. Add another piece here or two, they're going to have something.
Oh, well, they had a strong team. Was it 2 years ago when they made the playoffs and they were in?
Was he playing?
And he got hurt in the playoffs.
Okay,
and that's why they lost.
Bust or not? We're talking about Zion Williamson. Bust or not? Kerry says no way, no how. I say yay way, yay how. Yes. Let's see what
they got to say, Rob.
Larry in New Orleans. Let's start there. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Larry?
Hey, Rob and Kerry. The way I look at this is Zion is a little bit like Ben Simmons with a personality. Neither one of them wanted to do the work to stay in shape. Neither of them loves the game, is what I meant to say at first. They just don't love the game. Zion has resisted doing the work that needed to be done to get it. He had a perfect chance 3 or 4 years ago to remake his body, and now it's becoming too late. It's really a shame, and I blame the Pelicans. I blame the organization for enabling him.
Yeah.
There was one guy in the building that had Zion's ear for a while, and he's in Detroit now remaking the Pistons. So I have no use for David Griffin. I think he's overstayed his welcome. And
all right, so it sounds like a bust to me.
Wait, is it a bust, Larry?
It's a bust.
Ooh.
It's a bust for the long term, for sure.
All right, appreciate it, Larry. What about Cade in Reno? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Cade?
Hey, we having a blessed day, brothers?
Yes,
absolutely.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Love to hear it. Hey, so, you know what, Rob, I'm gonna agree with you. What's going on is the difference between the Bo Jacksons and the Greg Odens of the world is their injuries that kept them off the floor or the field had nothing to do with their work ethic, with anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
The reason Greg Oden's Zion's a bust isn't because of his play, but you got to work on your body the same way that you work on your jump shot, that you work on your game.
That's fair.
So you know, if he had torn his ACL 3 times,
right,
I would absolutely.
You couldn't
not
call
think
him a
he's
bust. Yeah,
right.
But the fact that it's his work ethic that kept him off of the floor, his diet that he said, it's just so hard to get my diet in shape. No, it's not. Everybody else in the league does it.
Right.
But you're not willing to work on what it takes to be an NBA player. That's what makes you a bust, not your game.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
That
I
makes
like
sense.
that.
I like that one. Yeah.
Thanks, Kay. Appreciate it. Mike in Georgia. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's going on? Mike from Augusta here. So I wouldn't say he's a bust yet, but he's at the bus stop.
Well said, Mike. I like that.
Yeah.
For 2 reasons. Number one, he's 24 years old, so he's got a little time. He hasn't gotten into the prime years yet. And second reason is when he's healthy, he's probably the best player on the court against any team that he's playing against.
Did I give you this? Did you hear the numbers? How many games he's played and how many games he's missed?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to admit, 258 to 214 for a 24-year-old.
That's a lot. Yeah.
It's horrible. But coaches still have the game plan against him. Opposing coaches do when he's on the floor. So
right.
You can't. So if you have that kind of impact of a game. On the game, I can't call you a bust just yet, but man.
Okay. All right. We'll take that.
Good stuff, Mike. Appreciate that.
Gary in Florida. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Gary?
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the first time I called up. I listen to y'all every day.
Oh, man. We appreciate the support.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Gary.
Yep.
As of right now, I would say Zion is definitely a bust.
Oh, come on.
The reason
Gary, you getting slaughtered. Let's hear it, Gary.
The reason I say that is because when Zion was coming out, he was supposed to be like a phenom, like the next LeBron, or you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And people watch him coming out, and then he came out and just couldn't stay healthy. And it's more of his fault because it's not about him staying healthy as like the last caller said about ACLs or something along those lines. It was more of just him just not getting in shape, his hamstring or just pulling his, twisting his ankle, something along those lines. So it wasn't like a major injury that was holding him back. So I say as of right now he's a bust, and I know he's young and he can actually change that, but as of right now I say he's a bust.
All
Hope
right.
you guys have a good one.
Yeah,
You too, man.
appreciate it. Thanks for the support. Adam in Florida. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Adam?
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Great.
I definitely think Zion is a bust because
Oh my God.
Gary, you are killed.
I apologize, but
It's all good.
when he came out, when he came out, the main thing that you looked forward to was his athleticism, and I think a great comparison is Blake Griffin. And if you look at Blake Griffin's career, he did so many phenomenal athletic things that you can remember throughout his career, whereas Zion never got a chance to do all these things. I mean, Blake Griffin, I still remember him jumping over somebody, and dunking on people and things like that, the Lob City and stuff like that, whereas Zion's never gotten a chance. And the problem is the reason he's been injured is directly related to his lack of work ethic and his own fault. And then the second thing I'll say is, if you are just an athlete, the hope is we get to see some great highlights, but that you develop your skill throughout time. A bad comparison would be Dwayne Wade, who was a great athlete when he came out, but developed his skill so much that even when his knee started to go, he was able to play a high level of basketball. Zion is not on the court long enough to develop that skill, so you really have no hope for him in the future. And I'd say it's not the first time that strip clubs and chicken wings have ruined someone's career.
No doubt. Well said. All right, appreciate it. Let's squeeze in Sean from Sacramento. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Sean?
Come on, Sean.
Yo, my uncle from another mother, my favorite feeling in my brother's mind, the boys, man. Look, you're being a little bit too rough on my man Zion,
There you
man.
go,
Think of guys like Chris Webber, Grant Hill, guys that had played. They were played early in the career, turned out to dang near be Hall of Famers, Rob. So pump the brakes on that. And you got to look at the organization. Look how bad these Pelicans have been, man. They lost AD. They lost Brandon Ingram. They're losing guys left and right that could potentially be superstars because they don't know how to handle superstars. This is not on Zion. This is an indictment on the Pelicans. And we need Antonio Brown to admit that these guys aren't doing what they're supposed to do over there, man. They need to get their things together before we start blaming the superstars.
What's the number? 248 to
Come on, man. Stop going back to that.
214?
Yeah.
All right, Sean, whatever. Or is it 258? I might be shortchanging. The game's missed.